Hello everyone, it's Melissa from Illuminate Guidance. I am also the host of a free Facebook group for women called Own Your Inner Authority. And I'm coming on here live today from my little workout zone in my basement to talk about preparing for change. And if you're not in my Facebook group yet, come on in and join us. I'm gonna take just a minute here to share this live video into my group so that all the ladies in there can see us live, and then we'll get started. So I've been thinking a little bit about this season. You know, we are in the late winter, early spring, and and doing one thing at once is always better. All right, we're shared into the group. So I've been thinking about the season we're in. You know, the energy is in the earth, and it is almost ready to come up and bloom, and the sap is about to start flowing. It's almost spring, but right now there's snow on the ground and everything's frozen, and whatever energy is under there is just kind of potential energy. And I was thinking about that being the case for a lot of us when we are getting ready for change or contemplating making some kind of change in our life. And so that's definitely been going on with me. So I wanted to share this story. I've been doing pretty well this winter with doing a lot of yoga and doing my walks as much as I can, but I've been feeling like I need to move more and get a little bit more exercise with my heart rate up. And of course, for weeks, I've been talking to my coach about it. I've been making a lot of excuses for why I haven't done it. And I finally reached the point this week where I thought I need to do something to move this forward. So I remembered I had this 12-minute workout that I'd done in the past, and I thought, okay, if I can start with 12 minutes, I can find 12 minutes, and that's not a big deal. And then, you know, another ice storm came, and it was like, oh my gosh, okay, obviously I can't do this outside. So I came down here and dusted off my elliptical trainer, which has been used for the past few months as a towel rack. Any of you guys have a piece of exercise equipment that gets used for a clothes hanger or a towel rack? Yeah, I think that happens a lot. So I came down here, I dusted it off, I changed the batteries, I got it all set up, and I just tested it out and spent a couple minutes on it. I realized I needed to get my earbuds to be ready. I went and found what music I wanted. I, printed off my workout thing and how I was gonna do these intervals, and that's all I did today. But it was all in preparation for me tomorrow to come down here and get that workout done and to have no more excuses. And so I think this is really important for us when we are knowing we need to make a change and we're beating ourselves up about why we haven't made it and, whatever else is going on. And in the coaching profession, we talk about behavior change, and the trans-theoretical model of behavior change has 5 stages. And essentially, there is a period of time where we're not ready for change. And then we're starting to get ready for change and, getting our mindset around the possibility of change. And then we're ready to prepare for change, take action around that change, and then maintain it. And so depending on where we are with it, it's kind of important to assess where we are, because if we set goals that are way out here, that are action goals, when really we're just in contemplation phase, it's not very likely that we'll get there as quickly as we might want to. So I have a client who I've been working with to stop smoking, and her doctor told her she really needed to stop smoking. But when I talked to her about it, it was very clear to me that she was not ready to take action. And I knew if we had in our session set up action goals, like, okay, what's your quit date? Do you want to use a nicotine patch or some kind of prescription, or do you have a plan, and have you done your research? Then we weren't going to go anywhere, because as we were talking about her identity and who she would be as a non-smoker, her fears around the process and the pain and, anxiety that she had around quitting. And so we set some thinking goals. We set some mindset goals. We set some observation goals to help her get ready. And so she started to observe her daily routine and understand when were those times when she really needed to smoke. She started doing some journaling and figured out, when she was feeling anxious about quitting, what that was about. And she started to, over time, replace some of those anxious thoughts with more positive thoughts about how well and easy she would breathe and how great she was going to feel when she got to the end of this process. And slowly but surely, she started talking to me about how she felt less fearful and more excited to quit. And we eventually got her to a quit date and to a quit plan and to a place where she was then ready to take action. And I don't believe that would have been possible had we just skipped to, okay, what's your goal? Let's get going on it. Let's not mess around and let's do it, because there's a lot of complexity in our mind around our habits and around what happens when we want to make a change. And so if you are in a place in your life where you're kind of semi getting ready to make some kind of major shift, but you're feeling like it's not action time, or you find yourself like just making a ton of excuses and never getting off center around it, a couple of things you can do. You can start to create more awareness and observe yourself and observe your thinking around what happens when you start to think about this change. And think about what might be some positive affirmations or a more positive mindset that you could start to bring in when you feel fearful or anxious around that change. Another strategy is to use some time and space goals. So like I did this morning with my little workout contraption, I set up my space and I made it my goal today just to do that, so that when it's time for me to go and meet my goal, I have a place I can go, everything is ready, and that part of it is set up. Another thing I might do is I might actually put my workout days on my calendar and schedule time so that I can see when that might happen and be prepared for that. And so really clearing the weeds out of your mindset, clearing time, clearing space for you to work toward what it is that you really want to do are great ways to start to get ready and move toward change. As always, if I can be a resource for you to help you think through some of this, to help you create a plan for how you want to approach whatever it is that you're doing, I'd be happy to help. I dropped my breakthrough call link at the top of this video, and I hope that you'll book a free call with me. I'd love to chat with you. Have a beautiful day.